Hi, welcome to H-Town Sports. I'm your host, Jacob Hazel. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first episode. There's obviously going to be a lot of kinks, a lot of things to work through. If you have any suggestions of anything that can make it better, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Just a general update of what we're going to do on the show. We're going to do recaps of the Texans, Rockets, if the Astros were in season, Astros games, University of Houston too. That's my school, go Cougs. So any University of Houston updates too with their basketball team, I'm going to be posting, and football. Also notes, takeaways, and highlight, notes and takeaways that I have from the game. That's what I'm going to have for you today about the Rockets win and the Texans win. And then my personal thing that I'm going to do on this channel, the thing that's unique to me, is we're going to do an in-depth look at a particular player. It doesn't really matter what sport, it just depends on that day. For today, I'm going to do sengun because he's a star and he cooked Giannis for game. I mean, that was tough. That was tough. But like next week might be, or next post might be Ed Ingram, guy who's 3 years on the Vikings O-line, comes over here. It was good. I'll get into that later. That's later in the episode. But it's something like that where we highlight just a random guy of the week or a random guy of the video and just talk about how good they've been or how solid they've been or what they've done to help contribute to the team. Start off, the Rockets won, man. But at first, it didn't look good. The first quarter was back and forth between us. Giannis was limited to only one field goal, and we're crashing the glass hard. I'm sure Ime was in the locker room telling him, "Yeah, I better not let that shit happen. What happened with the Spurs, man? Because that was bad. That was bad. That was our worst game of the season. So I was pretty confident we were going to rebound, considering Ime is our coach." The second quarter was a bad quarter for us. We turned the ball over a lot, and it had a lot of the Spurs game too. We were rebounding the ball this time, but just silly turnovers. Amin just simply lost the ball. I think Gary Trent poked it out of KD's hands twice, which was crazy. We had 12 turnovers in the first half, which is not, that's, if you turn the ball over 24 times in a game, 12 and 12, first half and second half, you're not going to win the game most of the time. So we had to clean that up. We were down 61-50 going into halftime. So looking like we were going to need a comeback, similar to the Texans, but we'll talk about that later. Save the juice for the later. And the third was whenever Giannis started doing Giannis things, bullying people. He bullied Tari a good amount. Tari tried his best, but Giannis is just Giannis, best player in the league. He's the best player in the league, better than Jokic. Yeah. But yeah, Giannis was doing Giannis things. And they were just up leading by double digits consistently midway through the third. However, we stopped turning the ball over in the third. Ime made it a real emphasis. In his post-game interview, he talked about how that was a real focus for them going in the second half, and they cut their turnovers in half. It was 6 in the second half, 3 in each quarter compared to 12 in the first half. So I'm glad that the guys rebounded well and responded well to the adversity they were facing, because it was a rough game and a half stretch for them, for a team has title hopes. And then in the third quarter, we're making timely shots. Reed was making some big plays. KD was making big shots. We're able to cut it down 85-82 by the end of the third. So we're right back in it. And then the fourth started coming down to the wire. Big plays were being made again. Reed Shepherd played a great game. We'll get into more of that later. Jabari hit a big shot. And then with 3:44 left to play was really whenever the game changed for us. The score was 107-111 and the Bucks were winning. Since that mark, like from that moment on, the Rockets went on a 15-4 run to close out the game, including a KD and one where Gary Trent had to go for a steal again, but it bit him this time. And a Sengun and one layup where he crossed Giannis 3 times. And, it was a great game. Update on the standings. The Rockets are 5th in the West. We're 3 games back. Someone's got to beat the Thunder eventually, hopefully. We'll climb back up there. That Spurs game wasn't like us, and we've had a couple of close losses. A couple notes on the Rockets. Shout out to Reed. The first couple games, he was looking rough, and people were hating on him. If he makes 2 more of those shots, those stat lines look way different. The defense was bad, but again, they asked Ime about it on the interview. I love hearing coaches talk about their players because they know more than what we do. They see everything. They see their day-to-day. We don't. And he was talking about how Reed just worked hard in practice. He doesn't touch the ball sometimes. The first 45 minutes is what it's kind of crazy. And just worked strictly on defense. He's learning his assignments better. His coverage is better on defense. And just becoming better whenever the guys are just trying to attack him. He's been a pretty good on-point defender. It's just the fact that he's too small. So sometimes they just bully him. And that's going to happen whenever you have a 6'1" guard out there. However, his hands are insane. He gets steals and deflections at a crazy rate. And he's not a good defender, but he's not going to be a terrible defender like a Trae Young. Shout out to Trae Young. Great player, but just a very negative defender. He's going to be able to hold his own and make some big plays, like the clutch block that he had or a couple steals that he had. He got a steal and threw it off his butt to a dunk. Great player. He's shooting 48% from 3 now on the season. It's only 10 games, but still great efficiency. That's what the Rockets need from him. That's why we drafted him. He's taking care of the ball better. 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio was last year, and that's with limited attempts. This year, it's up to 3-to-1, and it's only continuing to grow as he's learning the offense more. That's it for Reed. Shout out Reed, man. Keep balling. We need you, man. We need you. That's shout out Clint Capella and Steven Adams. Clint Capella had like 10 minutes today and was able to get four offensive rebounds. Sunday, I mean. But was able to get 4 offensive rebounds in like 10 minutes and block a shot and put back dunk. Like, I mean, he's been really good as our third string big man, which is crazy to say, but he's been really good. For the numbers, Clint's averaging 2.7 offensive rebounds and 2.1 defensive rebounds. He's literally averaging more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. And he's averaging this in only 10 minutes a game. He's been so good for us at rebounding the ball this year. And he's been playing serviceable defense as well. Additionally, Steven Adams is a monster on the glass. He is an all-time offensive rebounder. The numbers are insane. He's averaging 5 offensive rebounds per game. That you just don't see that very often. And watching the game, it takes 2 people at a time to box him out because of just how strong he is. He's like an immovable force. Shout out to those guys. Next person I want to shout out, KD. I mean, I don't think anyone ever doubted it. If you watch sports, you know KD was going to turn it around. But for all the haters out there that were complaining to start the year, here's your KD game. He's struggled with efficiency so far. I don't think KD's fallen off at all. For anyone I don't think anyone's really saying that. But if anyone is, he hasn't. The only thing that's really changed, his ball security has been a little worse this year, and that's okay. If that's the part of the game that's going to decline, if I got to accept a couple turnovers from KD, but he's going to drop 31 points on 11 of 15 from the field, and 7 assists, I'll take that every day of the week, you know? KD is just really good. He's our play finisher. He's the reason why we're a title contender. Shout out to Slim Reaper. Lastly, Sengun. Sengun's a star. 23-11, 7 today, 10 of 15 shooting. Guarded Giannis down the stretch, played pretty good defense, beat him in the spots a couple times. And then that play at the end where Giannis missed the free throw, tries to guard him full court, goes for the reach, misses it, looks pretty silly, goes for the reach again, misses it pretty bad, looks silly again, goes for the reach a third time. This time, Sengun takes it to the paint, spin moves on Miles Turner, and 1 layup, dagger. Game ended basically right there. Sengun is so good. He's been our point guard, basically. So, shout out to Sengun. That's going to wrap it up for the Rockets portion of the recaps and notes that I had. Thank you. If you were just listening for the Rockets, thank you for listening to that. If you want to stay in for the Texans, I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. So for the Texans recap, the Texans had a crazy game. If y'all weren't able to tune in, I feel bad for y'all, but it was a crazy game. The game started out rough. We had General Mills in, Money Mills, General Mills, Davis Mills. I'm going to call him the General. That's my new name for him. But we had the General in, and you didn't have much hope. But the fact that we were down 17-0 with 12 minutes left in the second quarter was thanks to like an offensive blunder that led to an easy 20-yard touchdown drive for the Jaguars. It wasn't looking good. The defense was playing great, but it was a 20-yard touchdown drive, a field goal, and a punt return touchdown. Stuff you can't really control. The defense, again, the best defense in the league, one of the best defenses of all time. And then there was a couple big plays. A big catch by Nolan, a run, and a big run by Woody Martz got us in the field goal range. Got our first points on the board, 17-3 with 8 minutes left, but you still weren't thinking anything of it. And then going in the half, we had a little momentum going. We ended up the game 20-10. Nico and Jaden Higgins were able to make some big catches on a drive, and Woody Martz was able to punch it in to make it a 20-10 game with a minute left in the second half. On the ensuing drive, when the Jaguars tried to get some points, Stingley made a crazy one-handed diving interception, shut that down. Plays that Stingley normally makes. The second half was whenever things looked rough, but then turned around real quick. So, quickly, basically the moral of the story, in the third quarter, with a minute left, the Texans were losing 29-10. I mean, you're not supposed to win that game, especially whenever your quarterback is your backup. But it's the general. It's the general. And the general came alive. 3 straight drives in the fourth quarter. 3 straight touchdowns. Shout out to the defense, too. Back-to-back 3-and-outs. Got the ball right back. Kept the momentum in our hands. But 3 straight touchdowns on 3 straight drives is insane. Because we haven't had that all year. I guess it just takes the general to unlock it. I'm wishing CJ the best. I'm happy. I hope he comes back soon. Just happy we have one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. Higgins had a touchdown. Rookie's making play. That's why he got that guaranteed money. Schultz got a touchdown, having a resurgent year. And then Davis Mills. On the final drive of the game, or on our final drive where we scored that final touchdown, it looked like a typical Texans drive where we're going to do all the things right. We're going to get to that 2-yard line, that 1-yard line, and then we're just not going to score. First and 2, first and goal, 2 yards to go. False start on first down. Now it's 1st and 7. Or 7 yards to go to the goal. Then we run the ball. Negative play. A negative 1-yard rush. 2nd down and 8. All right, let's get something going in here. And then we get another false start penalty. 2nd and 13, 30 seconds left. You have like 1 or 2 timeouts. And you're just thinking to yourself, we just shot ourselves in the foot again. I mean, it's the same shit we've been doing all year. Just dumb penalties at crucial times. And then the general. On 3rd down, the Jaguars have been a great job at containing the edges all game. They got a little too happy, a little too amped up, left open a hole. Woody Martz busted out of it to release for a route. Davis Mills followed behind him. Woody Martz was able to block the linebacker guarding Woody. Didn't see Davis Mills running out. By the time he did, Woody Martz was able to lay a clutch block, key block, and Davis Mills was able to squeak in there right there at the pylon and score that touchdown for us. And the general got it done. I mean, I was at work just screaming, hooting, and hollering while I was there. I was disappointed I couldn't watch. I had to go back and rewatch the game myself, but it was a great game. And go Texans. I guess it's not even over yet because then they had ball back, 30 seconds left. And you're thinking, we got this. And you realize their kicker can make a 70-yard field goal. He made a 67-yarder in preseason. Would have been an NFL record if it was in the regular season. So you're back on you're back stressing again. Right back to stressing. And then the defense. Huge plays by the defense. The Jaguars made a really bad penalty, and they gave up a sack. It was a poor drive for the Jaguars, but they had a chance to make a quick throw and get out of bounds and be able to maybe kick a field goal. The defense came through. Trevor Lawrence tries to make a play, running out the pocket. He gets hit. He gets hit while he's throwing it. The ball flies in the air. Sheldon Rankins thick sits for game. I mean, go Texans. It was a great game. I wish y'all were able. I hope y'all were able to watch it. If you weren't, go watch the highlights. It was crazy. But yeah, go Texans. That makes us now only 1 game back in the wild card. We're right back in it. We just got to keep winning. Win these AFC South games and then keep winning. We got 1 game at a time, though. That's all we can do. A couple of Texans notes I want to note. General Mills, I mean, again, 3 touchdowns on 3 straight drives is the biggest stat to me. But 27-45, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing. He did have an interception and a fumble as well. But he's an elite backup quarterback. I think this game established himself into that upper echelon of backup quarterbacks, which sounds silly, but it is very important for reasons like this because a backup quarterback can help you get your season on track, is what we just saw. Where we're struggling. If we lose this game, our playoff chances are very, very slim. But our playoff chances now are much, much better because we have an elite backup quarterback. So shout out to General Mills. I mean, great guy. Longest neck in the league, but great guy. Am I rivaling him? Sorry. But yeah, great guy. Nico, I mean, he's just so good. I don't think I have to say much because if you're watching this channel, you know how good Nico Collins is. But if you give the guy the ball, he's going to make a play. The fact that they almost converted that Hail Mary and going in the half, they threw up a Hail Mary and he caught it just 2 yards short. That's Nico for you. 7 catches, 136 yards. Big play after big play whenever we needed him. Nico's a great player. Happy to see him getting back into form. Sorry he's been a fantasy bust for whoever drafted him this year, man. I wanted him to. Woody Martz, he's RB1 now. I mean, he ran every snap. It was a bad game script for Nick Chubb, I will say. So I don't know if this would actually continue. I'm sure Nick Chubb will get more carries next week because of how poor the game script was. But I do think Woody Martz will take the majority of the snaps now at running back, especially the majority of the rushes and the route usage, because he's just been better. He's quicker, he's faster, he's younger. You can just see that he has an extra step. Nick Chubb's still a great player, and he can still be great in spurts. He had a couple big runs for us in the fourth quarter there. But Woody Martz is our RB1, and I'm happy about that. His pass protection has also been really great. That's why we drafted him, was his pass pro and his pass catching, and the running game has been great from him as well. I think my favorite part of Woody Martz was that final drive that he had. It was a gutsy 3 plays in a row. We gave the ball to him. 5-yard rush, 6-yard rush, 5-yard rush. He knew what his job was. He got the yards. He did his job, and I think that's the thing that we need. We need those 5 to 6 yard carries. We can't be getting stopped 1 to 2 yards behind the line or if for 1 or 2 yard gain. That doesn't do anything for us. But if that run game's getting 5 to 6 yards every time, I mean, obviously you're going to be winning. Last thing, well, 2 more things. The defense, mentioned it earlier, one of the greatest defenses of all time, leading the league in least amount of points allowed per game. Their pressures are insane. Danielle Hunter had 3.5 sacks this game. Will Anderson is a stud. He's going to get paid a bunch. Please give him whatever he wants. He has 5 sacks on the year. It's the defensive tackles are all great. If you play on D'Amico's defensive line, you're good. That's what I think. That's my philosophy. If D'Amico has you on his defensive line, you're going to be a good player. And every time someone comes in, and it proves that. Sheldon Rankin's pick 6 today, for example. And then the corner, Stingley, great corner. Our secondary's been playing great. Linebackers, Toa, just tackle a little bit better. What am I to say? I'm sitting here talking in my car, talking about the game. So, shout out to the defense. Best defense in the league. I said it was going to be the best defense in the league before the season started. Someone tried to tell me the Broncos, but, shout out to the Texans. That team bias can help you out sometimes and get you right. Lastly, I want to shout out Ed Ingram, because he has been, for a position group, our offensive line, who was facing so many question marks coming into the season, who everyone doubted, basically. And so far, basically, they've been ragged on since we've been struggling. The O-line has been an issue, which it has, but Ed Ingram has not been that issue. So Irsay has also been pretty good, especially for a rookie at the tackle position. And Patterson had a good game yesterday, and Titus Howard's been solid. So it's just been a couple communication errors. I don't think the offensive line has been as bad as people have made it out to be. And Ed Ingram has been a real bright spot. It's 3 lackluster years in Minnesota before coming over here on a flyer deal, and he's played great. Credit to Texans Nation CP on Instagram for this. I found the stat from him. Thought it was a really cool stat. He has 1 sack and 299 pass blocking snaps this year. So we want to protect the quarterback, that's what we're doing. And that's what Ed Ingram's doing for us. Also, his 76.6 run blocking grade in PFF is a great grade to have. So he's been a great player. And then shout out again to Texans Nation CP for that stat. So that's going to wrap it up for the Texans. Go Texans. Go Astros. I'm very excited. That Sunday was a really good day. Had me so excited, and I'm still amped up talking about it right now 2 days later. Now we're going to start our last segment. It's going to be the in-depth look. Today we're going to be looking at Sengun, because Sengun is a star and he needs to be talked about like he is. Trading for KD, you'd think he'd be the number 1 option, but he's just not. Alpe's usage percentage, it's slightly higher than his, 30% compared to KD's 29%. But the disparity isn't with the assists per game. Alpe has 7 compared to KD's 3. And that's because KD is using the ball a lot, but he's more of a shot finisher, or he's more of a post-work player who's going to dribble the ball and shoot a fade or shoot a 3. Alpe this year has been the generator for our offense, and it's been beautiful. I like to say, Alpe is our playmaker, and then KD is our play finisher. I'm very happy we have KD on this team, but I think Alpe is just extremely underrated. He's not better than Kevin Durant, but he's really, really good. So far in the season, he's averaging 22.8 points per game, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, while shooting 39% from 3 on 3 attempts and 50% from the field. One of its best shooting season in a long time. And I think the 3-point percentage is sustainable. He's a guy who's shown that he's consistently worked on his game, consistently worked on his craft. His defense has been much better in recent years. Ime's helped that, but so has his just training and his work ethic. His passing's got better, his scoring's gotten better, and I think that 3-point will continue to, I think it'll stay there. I think it'll drop down to about 34-35%, but I don't think it'll be in the low, like 30 to 32, 29 to 32% range that Sengun's normally at. He literally hit a no-dip 3 today. Since when is Sengun hitting a no-dip 3? I had to replay that a couple times because it was money, nothing but net. I mean, he's an above-average defender. He's an exceptional passer. He's a great scorer and rebounder. He's a good leader. I mean, I'm saying things y'all all know because you're tuning in the podcast, but I'm just reiterating because I just hope the national media, continues to recognize how good this guy is. He's so good. He's such a good player. Not many guys are sitting over averaging 23, 10, and 7 at the center position with no point guard and getting doubled constantly. I will say there is a couple. The flops are fine. I really don't mind the flops because everyone does it. He's just embellishing the contact. The crying to the refs thing, Sengun, I love you. Please stop crying so much. Just get back on D. I'm sure you're getting fouled. I believe you. But, stop. Stop. Please? Shout out Sengun, though. And then his turnovers have been a little... He's at I think he's averaging about 3 turnovers per game so far this year, 3.7. But I believe that number will go down, and he's consistently improving. This is his first season where he's actually he hasn't had a point guard on the court with him. I mean, right now, Reed's playing point guard or Min's playing point guard, but this is no Fred, and he's the one playmaking. So the fact that his turnovers are right in line with, his career averages or a little bit above doesn't shock me, and it actually is a telling stat that he's doing well because he's using the ball so much more than he has in the past and facing so many different, looks and coverages from the defense. Overall, that's it for the segment today. The next segment, we're going to highlight the U of H basketball game. They're going to be playing tomorrow. We're going to highlight Rockets basketball. I'm pretty sure they're playing tomorrow too, so we'll probably have a post out Thursday. Again, thank you for tuning in to the first episode. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'll respond to all of them. I appreciate all of them. I'm really excited to have this journey started. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and joining me along this journey. Thank y'all so much for listening, and please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.